Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. This is Excelling with Christy. If you are already a subscriber, you're welcome back. If you're new here, please follow me on Facebook, Excelling with Christy, and on YouTube, also Excelling with Christy. Make sure you click the subscribe button, click the notification button to always get the notification when I post a new video. Alright, this video today is about the topic I started last time, Introduction to Algebra. Let's get into it. Okay guys, our topic today says solving algebraic equations. Solving algebraic equations. Remember in the last video I said there are equations and there are expressions. We have looked at expressions where it is just an expression with an unknown. It doesn't have any equality sign. But this time around, we're going to be seeing what an equation is. Before I continue, I would like to describe an equation. An equation simply says that two things are equal. It simply says that what? Two things are equal. Okay? And solving the equation means finding the unknown. Remember I said algebra is a branch of mathematics that substitutes letters for numbers. So if you're looking for what that letter means or what that letter stands for, you are solving that equation or you are balancing the equation, saying that yes, this side of an equality sign is same with this side. Okay, I would like to use a simple illustration. Let me use this as an example for balancing equation. Okay, let me try to balance this. Can you see that one side is longer than the other? That means this thing will not stand on this container. Okay, because one side is longer or heavier. If I place it this way too, it cannot stand because one side is heavier. But if I balance this, can you see? Okay, it is balanced. It simply means that this side is equal to this side. That means here has same weight as here. That is why it is balanced. Okay, this is exactly what happens for an equation. An equation has to be balanced to say it is true. And finding what balances it simply means solving that equation. Okay, let's see some examples of solving. Okay, look at this. This says x minus 2 equal to 4. X minus 2 equal to 4. This simply means you should find the solution to this equation, which means find the value of x such that this equation will be true. If you look at this equation, there are two sides of an equation. We have the left side and the right side. Okay? This equality sign is like a bridge. This equality sign is like a bridge. Okay? So we have this side and we have this side. So this equation simply means to find the value of x such that if you minus 2 from it, it gives you 4. Now, you can quickly do a mental calculation and say, okay, the number that you subtract 2 from to get 4 is simply 6. Okay? But because we're dealing with solving algebraic equations, we have to follow the method of solving the equation. Okay? Before I continue, I like to explain that addition is the opposite of subtraction. Okay, addition is the opposite of subtraction, and multiplication is the opposite of division. Using that a lot in this topic. Okay, all right. Let's find the value of x following um, the rules of algebra. Okay, now you should also understand that when a number crosses the equality sign, the sign changes. Remember, I said the equality sign is like a bridge. Okay, when a number crosses the equality sign, the sign of that number changes. Okay, all right. So to solve this equation, you simply look at the side of your unknown. Which side is your unknown? This is your unknown. X is your unknown. And what is it attached to it? It is attached with a number which is a negative 2. Okay, so solving the equation with means working to remove this negative 2. Let it move away so that our x, which is your known, stays alone. Okay, doing that, you have to follow the rules of algebra. Okay, since 2 is a negative number, it has to move to the other side of the equality sign, and the sign changes. Since it is negative 2, if it moves over here, it becomes positive 2. Okay, so let's do that. So that means we have x on this side, okay, equal to, because we're moving the 2 over, this becomes positive 2. Okay, so x is equal to 4 plus 2, which is what? 6. 6 is the number that should be here. If you want to do a check, substituting 6 for x in this equation. So that means x minus 2 equals 4. We simply be, we're replacing x with 6. So here will be 6 minus 2, and that is 4. That means this side of the equality sign balances with this side. It means that the equation is true and it has balanced. I hope you understand it. In this example, we have 3x minus 6 equals 9. Okay? Now, this equation looks a bit more complex than the first one. The difference is that the left hand side of the equation, which has the unknown, has an extra 3, okay, attached to it. We have negative 6 and we have a 3 attached to it. Unlike on this side, we have just x minus 2 on this side. So it is not difficult. All you need to do is work towards removing all those things attached to your unknown on the left hand side to have your unknown stay alone. Remember I told you that subtraction negates addition, or addition negates subtraction, vice versa. And this is a multiplication, even though it is not written. It means that this 3 is multiplying the x. Okay? In other words, you can call it the coefficient of x, the number before x. The number multiplying x is the coefficient of x. Okay? So let's work towards solving this equation. The first thing we have to do is to remove this negative 6. Okay, that's the first thing we have to do. So if we remove this negative 6, we move it to the other side of the equality sign. And remember, when it moves, it becomes positive, right? So we have 3x equals 9. This negative 6 moves over, it becomes positive 6. Okay, so let's simplify it before we continue. 9 plus 6 is 15. Okay, the next thing we do is look for a way to remove this 3 because our unknown has to be alone. Okay, so since this 3 is multiplying x, we use division to remove that 3. So we simply say divide both sides by 3 so that we can negate the multiplication. So if we do that, this is going to be 3x all over 3 equals 15 all over 3. Remember, whatever you do to the left hand side, you do the same to the right hand side. So this 3 cross this 3, or we say 3 divided 3 is 1. So this side is left with x, and 1 times x is still x. So on this side, you have only x. While on this side, 15 divided by 3 gives 5. So x is 5. Okay? So x is the value of 5 is the value of x that makes this equation true or balanced. If you want to check it, let's use this space and do our check. So 3x minus 6 equals 9. Okay, we're replacing x with 5. So, and 3 is multiplying x. So this will be 3 times 5, right? Minus 6 equals 9. 3 times 5 is 15, right? Minus 6. Alright? Okay, let's remove this equals now. So 15 minus 6 is what? 9. And that balances with this side of the equation. Okay? So it is very, very simple to solve algebraic equations as long as you follow the rules. In my next video, I'll try to capture some other complicated equations, especially word problems in algebra and examination questions, so that you see every area of algebra, especially the introductory part. Okay, until my next video,